I think we can start now, and students will keep on joining. Okay,
Okay.
all right. A very good afternoon, everyone, and it's a great pleasure to have Chetna Krishna here, who is from CERN and who is a social media manager there. Basically, let me tell you more about CERN. CERN is a European research organization that operates the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. It's one of the world's largest and most respected centers for scientific research where worldwide web was born. It reinvolves future and antimatter was discovered. He has joined CERN 2 years ago as a short-term intern in science writing at social media and now works in education, communication and outreach department. Them, they are and encourage the students to explore interests and careers within science and social science. So today, in this talk, you'll find more about exciting discoveries going on in CERN, what it is for you people like high school students, such as annual Beamline for school tournaments and goals and careers in science, what you can opt after your schooling. So I think we hope a really good interaction with Chetna today. She is going to make this session really interactive. So we want your participation as much as possible. So thanks, and I'm handing it over to Chetna, and let's start.
Thank you, Nancy, and thank you everyone to come here on your Sunday afternoon. आज मेरा intention है कि I talk to you about ऐसी organization जो कि maybe किसी ने सुना है कि this is the place where the God particle was invented. Maybe आप और मेरे से लोगों ने सुना है कि सुशांत सिंह राजपूत की bucket list में था एक place he wanted to visit. But more than that, it's an organization जहाँ पे साइंस के काफ़ी डिस्कवरीज हुए हैं in the past. जैसे नैन्सी ने कहा है, इंटरनेट was born here. और जैसे हमें नासा के बारे में पता है, इसरो के बारे में पता है, आज मैं CERN के बारे में थोड़ा मेंशन करना चाहती हूँ. और या तो I wanted कि more people join there and share a video, but I think we can start. और इससे पहले कि मैं बोलना शुरू करूँ, I'd like to show you a small video from BBC कि what is CERN, just to give you a feeling कि what is it, and then we'll start. Or during the presentation, you can use the reactions feature to raise your hand. या फिर हम presentation के बाद भी we'll have a Q&A and you can ask your questions.
And will it be more interactive, Chetna, if we ask students to turn on their cameras?
If they would like that, I would be very
Okay.
happy.
Okay. If anyone interested, then you people can turn on your cameras if you're comfortable. So to make this session more interactive.
And the good thing is, क्योंकि हम इतने सारे लोग नहीं हैं, so we can really talk to each other. So let's take an advantage of that. Okay, so I'll share my screen and enjoy. Can you hear the audio as well?
Yeah, it's audible.
Okay, good. थैंक यू एवरीवन। तो आई होप कि इससे थोड़ा आइडिया लगाओ कि जिन लोगों ने CERN के बारे में नहीं सुना है कि इट्स अ प्लेस फॉर टेक्नोलॉजी एंड साइंस। और इसका जस्ट ये था कि इट वाज फॉर्म्ड राइट आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड वॉर to have science for peace. The CERN is the only organization which refuses to participate for any military development, and it's really about open science, science for development. And I'll share more as we go now. So a little bit about me. I joined CERN 2 years ago, and I started with the communications team at CERN as a writer. I studied science communication and bionics. Bionics is a field of engineering which is inspired by nature. So very interesting field. And in science communication, I try to mix writing, engineering, physics, science, news, yes, sir. So yeah, and I'm curious to know कि आप लोगों में से how many people know the full form of CERN, and maybe you can tell me कि from which language has it come. So I'll launch a poll right now, and I would love your participation. So let's go. Um, which language does the CERN acronym come from? German, French, Polish, Sanskrit. Anyone else wants to participate? If you don't know the answer, you can still click on something, and after 2 minutes, you will know. Okay. So, interesting. 50% German, then French and Sanskrit equal votes, and no one selected Polish. Nancy, before beginning this presentation, selected Polish. So, CERN is from the French acronym Conseil Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire. So if you can see here, this is the ring of CERN, which lies on the border of Switzerland and France. And that's why in the beginning it was started with the host states, and the full form is derived from the French acronym, but it's an international organization जहाँ पे क्या कहते हैं lots of nationalities and languages are spoken. And yes, so it's दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी physics lab in the world. और here you can see on the left hand side कि India and CERN had associations since 1960s, since the government of India, Department of Atomic Energy. So lots of collaborations already happened. This is a gift from the Department of Atomic Energy, and the statue of Lord Netraj represents the cosmic dance of particles. And what better gift can it be for CERN? Because it's all about particle physics and cosmic dance. Actually, Carl Sagan was the first person जिन्होंने dance of particles को dance of Lord Shiva से compare किया था. So it's a very intelligent gift for CERN, I would say. और फिर 2017 में here you see the Indian ambassador Amandeep Gill and Director General of CERN, Fabiola Genote, who signed a contract to make India the associate state member. So since 2017, students and everyone can apply to be a member of CERN, participate in jobs and career opportunities. So another question for you before I start explaining you. Um, so if you didn't know, the world's largest machine is at CERN, and I'm curious to know what do you think is the length of the largest machine? So another question for you. Anyone else wants to participate? Okay, so I'll end the poll. So 20% selected 15 kilometers, 60% 27, and 20% 100 kilometers. So it's 27 kilometers ring of superconducting magnets, and that largest machine is called the Large Hadron Collider, and it's the largest particle accelerator in the world. So, and the 100-kilometer particle accelerator is actually a future CERN project, still in the development stage. Feasibility study is going on, which is called Future Circular Collider, FCC. And the future of LHC might be that 100-kilometer accelerator. But at the moment, it's the Large Hadron Collider. So this 27-kilometer ring actually is situated 100 kilometers France or Switzerland के underground. And यहाँ पे you can see the ring of the LHC. That's the short form of the Large Hadron Collider, really popular amongst the sun community. और यहाँ पे आप लोग देख सकते हैं experiments के नाम. So Atlas is the biggest experiment, or let's say the biggest experiment in size. So LHC के around 4 particle detectors हैं जहाँ पे collisions के snapshots लिए जाते हैं, data analysis होता है. So Atlas is the largest particle detector. Then there is CMS. Here you can see, which is the heaviest particle detector. And CMS is interesting. The name is compact muon solenoid, but it's not compact at all. Actually, ये Eiffel Tower से in the weight, it's double the weight of Eiffel Tower. Then there's the third detector, Alice, and the last one, LHCb, Large Hadron Collider Beauty Experiment, which focuses on beauty quarks uh, and a specific particle. So you can see here the map of Switzerland and France, and it's really, I would say, CERN depicts open border. You can go in both the countries by just walking, so it's really nice. Another question for you. If you have heard of the Higgs boson, or people refer to it as the God particle, which the scientist community doesn't like, but I'll explain the story. So I told you about 4 experiments, and I'd like to know Which one you this is the last question, so I really would love your participation. Which experiments were the one to discover the Higgs boson? Okay, so I'll end the poll now. Interesting. तो आप लोगों में से there's one person who got the right answer. It's Atlas and CMS, and most of you selected Atlas and LHCb. Interesting. So the Higgs boson was discovered theoretically many years ago, but only in 2012, CERN's two experiments, ATLAS and CMS, they observed something. And the beauty of science is when these two experiments independently discovered the Higgs boson, we know that they have seen this independently, so it's a fact check. And um, because if only one person discovers something, it's not valid. So these two large experiments observed the Higgs boson in 2012, and in 2013 they were given the Nobel Prize in Physics to Francois Englert and Peter Higgs for the theoretical discovery of a mechanism that contributes to our understanding of the origin of mass of subatomic particles. So why Higgs boson was so special was because it indicated the Higgs field, which gives mass to everything that's in the standard model of particle physics. तो दुनिया में जितने भी particles हमें पता है उनमें mass कैसे आया was possible because of the Higgs boson. So it was really important for the particle physics community, but also for us to know about the existence of universe. And this question comes a lot. Why is the Higgs boson known as the God particle? And interestingly, as I said, कि Higgs boson theoretically 20 साल पहले या उससे भी पहले prove हो गया था, but it was such a difficult particle to find कि एक बार one scientist said मजाक में it's a goddamn hard particle to find, or it became the goddamn particle, but editor didn't like the name the goddamn particle, and then it became the God particle. तो इट्स अ वेरी छोटी सी कहानी, बहुत ही छोटी सी कहानी है, लेकिन नाम काफी पॉपुलर हो गया लोगों में, बट इट्स द हिग्स बोसॉन. एक और सॉन्ग में जो सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू मी is I think the antimatter factory. It's also known as AD Hall, you can see here, which stands for anti-proton accelerator. So you and me, we are made of matter, atoms, protons, electrons, something you can see and touch. Um, the equal opposite is antimatter. And after the Big Bang, universe में equal amount of matter or antimatter produce होना चाहिए था. But we don't know what happened क्योंकि अभी the maximum we see in the world is matter. So what happened to the antimatter? And physicists are keen to discover the reasons why. It consists of many experiments. Antimatter बस एक experiment नहीं है जैसे काफी लोगों को लगता है. For example, there's G-bar experiment, or scientists try to find out different properties of matter and compare it to antimatter. जैसे कि how does antimatter behave in gravity? So, by studying the movement, does it fall like an apple, or what happens to an anti-apple? Also, things like laser cooling of antimatter. So, actually, antimatter is produced in really small quantities just to study these properties. And by studying these properties, we can tell a little bit more about the universe, what happened when the universe was formed, why there is more antimatter than antimatter, even though theoretically दोनों equal proportion में होने चाहिए थे. So yeah, all of this in the process can look like it's very much into science and theory, but that's not the truth. जब भी scientists are working for physics and research, on the way it has led to many applications for society. सबसे favorite example, सबसे popular example I would say is where the World Wide Web was born. एंड इसके पीछे एक बहुत अच्छी कहानी है कि इंटेंशन इस वेब को बनाने की थी कि टू शेयर डॉक्यूमेंट्स all around the world from scientists from the US, India, Japan, and that's why he created a hyperlink, a British scientist called Tim Berners-Lee, and he created a hyperlink. And Tim Berners-Lee के supervisor ने उस time पे कहा vague but exciting. That was his feedback. कि कुछ specific नहीं है, but maybe come up with a second proposal. And दो तीन बारी के बाद, it actually worked and became the internet. Medical applications and particle physics have a good relationship. 3D color X-rays were made because of a CERN technology, जो कि आज hospitals में slowly they are getting used. I think it's a very recent invention, colored X-rays. PET scans are a lot more older than 3D color X-rays. It's basically uh, to get a snapshot of the body, the medical imaging for cancer, to detect tumors. So that was also possible because of particle physics. And here in this picture, you see a piece of a click accelerator, compact linear collider, which is developing a special kind of radiotherapy to treat cancer called FLASH. And what's special about FLASH is कि ये काफी जल्दी it hits the tumor in less amount of time, and it doesn't damage the healthy tissue near the tumor. So it's very precise technology. And yes, so these are some things that CERN is working on. Um, then I'd like to share a bit key, how can you come to CERN as school students, or if you like physics, maybe in the university in future. So every year CERN organizes a competition called Beamline for schools. Or interestingly, 2018 में India was the winner. तो अभी कुछ साल हो गए हैं till the point India is a winner. So maybe if you apply, someone this year could win. What it basically is कि all over the world, और ये CERN का one of the special competitions है क्योंकि इसमें कोई limitation नहीं है कि आपको इस country से होना है या उस country से होना है. दुनिया की कोई भी country can apply here. So high school students from all around the world over 16 years, the minimum age requirement 16 hai. If you are 16, you can still apply and be part of the team. लेकिन accelerator complex में minimum age to enter is 16. So you won't be able to enter the premises, like you can still participate. So you have to form a team, could be of 4 to 10 students, or every team needs a coach. And this coach could be your school teacher, your parent, maybe someone like your mentor, your physics tutor. So different coaches are possible. Or what's the price? Basically, the competition is key. You have to think of a project that can be done at a particle accelerator. And इसके लिए technical guidance website पे काफ़ी है, so I can share the website with you afterwards. And इस project में scientists will look for your creativity, कितना practical है ये करना. You can't create something really fancy but real में हो नहीं सकता. So your creativity, your passion for physics, things like that. And once your proposal gets accepted, in September, you will get a chance to come to CERN to actually do your experiment and interact with scientists. So that's the competition. It sounds difficult, but you will have the help. Website पे काफी details हैं. There's also national contact. So India के लिए it's someone called Seema Sharma, and you can approach her to ask if you have any physics related queries. Then there's organizational questions, so you have support for that. So I think the deadline is 15th April, so you still have some time if someone is interested. Teams assemble करने के लिए to think of a project, and I would really encourage you to participate if you are eligible. Yes, so that's all for today. If you have any questions, please ask. Now we can talk, and any other kind of career opportunity questions I can mention. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Chetna. Actually, I must say less people have joined due to some exam things. I have
Oh,
contacted, yeah. So due to that reason, sorry for that. And yeah, audience, you can ask question, whatever you want to ask.
Good evening, ma'am.
good evening, Ram.
Ma'am, just I want to ask you what is PET scan? You tell about PET scan in some applications. Can
Yes,
you explain me?
it's positron emission tomography, and I'm not a particle physicist, so I can explain you from a very layman language, if that's okay. Basically, PET scans hospitals में use होते हैं if there's a fracture, or no fractures for X-rays, but like they use antimatter to take a picture of inside of the body, so medical imaging, blood images. So say you scientists can see the tumors, cancerous tumors in the body. So it's really, like a medical scan.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
I mean, it's okay, Nancy, if not many people join, because sometimes it's good to have a small group. Um, but if there are any other questions, people, you can also contact me online. You can write my email address. I can share the websites with Nancy and she can share it with everyone. If you know any school teams, you can still join the competition, Beamline for schools. So, yes.
Yeah, I think it's really a good opportunity for you people to maybe one of you can get a chance to visit CERN. So you people like must visit the website and should know what kind of thing you should do.
Hi, Katyani.
Hi Chetna, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you join करने के लिए. Uh,
Actually, yeah, थोड़ा काम में stuck थी, but nice to see you again, and it was a very nice presentation. Actually, मैं थोड़ा late थी, but
oh,
yeah,
it's okay. I'm sure कि हमें आगे भी मौका मिलेगा. I would really like to meet everyone at पहचान कभी भी जब मौका होगा. And
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
think you are coming in March, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
काफी
maybe.
जल्दी प्लान बना था, but I told you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We'll definitely plan an
yeah,
interaction
yeah,
session
yeah.
and we'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it will be much better to meet you in person because now it's feel like we know each other, है ना?
हाँ
This
बिल्कुल
kind of feeling, yeah, we
बिल्कुल.
got especially from you, and it's really great to interact such type of person and such a great personality who is so down to earth and gives time to promote things like so that from NGO children
बिल्कुल.
can join CERN and use things, and that's so nice of you, I must say.
थैंक यू. आप लोगों के लिए भी लाइक इट्स अमेजिंग कि बिकॉज आई नो आईटी की पढ़ाई वगैरह इज ऑलरेडी वेरी चैलेंजिंग और उसके साथ कुछ भी एक्स्ट्रा करना इज ऑल वॉलेंटरी मतलब यू वांट टू डू इट तो मेरा भी सेम है. सर में आई नो मेरे पास काफ़ी काम है बट आई वांट टू डू इट. तो इट्स नाइस कि हम साथ में आके थोड़ा बहुत कर सकते हैं और इन पर्सन बहुत ज़्यादा आसान होएगा क्योंकि अभी ऑनलाइन आई नो कि हम लोग कैमरा ऑन करने में शाय हैं या फिर इट्स लाइक यू नो
Exactly.
इतने सारे ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंटेशंस होते हैं. तो आई अंडरस्टैंड बट जो भी आज आए हैं थैंक यू सो मच एंड आई होप कि यू लर्न अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट सर्न. थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट आए एंड मे बी यू गूगल मे बी इन द फ्यूचर यू गो टू स्टडी फिजिक्स. मुझे पर्सनली लाइक फिजिक्स वाज लाइक माय लव हेट सब्जेक्ट. इंडिया में फिजिक्स वाज वेरी थियोरेटिकल इफ आई कैन से. फॉर्मूले वगैरह आई वाज रियली गुड इन मैथ्स. मैंने कभी भी कैलकुलेटर यूज नहीं किया था और जब मैं बाहर पढ़ने गई जर्मनी में दे गेव मी अ कैलकुलेटर. तो अब मैं क्या काम करूं क्योंकि सारा तो कैलकुलेटर इट्स वेरी इजी. तो एक्चुअली फिजिक्स में जो सोचना पड़ता है टू अप्लाई थिंग्स दैट आई स्टार्टेड. और अब सर्न में आई कैन सी दैट कि वो एक्चुअली फॉर्मूलाज वगैरह कहाँ अप्लाई होते हैं. सो इट्स वेरी नाइस. या thank you. I think if there are no other questions, I think everyone can go back to their evenings.
Yeah. Any questions? I think I think no one will
Okay.
ask anything. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, Chetna, for a really like good presentation, and we are really sorry. Uh, like we
No,
didn't
no.
have enough audience, and yeah, maybe next time we'll have like a good, better interaction, a good audience, and that's all
Ha,
from my side. And thanks everyone for joining and knowing about Sun. And if you want to know more, you can contact me directly, and I'll share the link that Chetna will share, that Beamline competition. And
We can share this link with everyone yeah.
yeah. बिल्कुल इट्स ऑल ओपन एक्सेस वेबसाइट पे है. सारे
Mhm.
क्वेश्चंस पे उस पे आंसर है और होपफुली सी यू मे बी इन पर्सन नेक्स्ट टाइम
yeah,
जब
yeah,
दिल्ली रोपर साइड आना होगा. ओके.
sure. Campus खुलता है तो we'll definitely plan and we'll let
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
ओके देन हैव
Thank
अ
you.
नाइस डे.
Yeah, thank you. You too. And thanks for
Have a
your
nice
time.
day. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot, actually, behalf of Pehchan and everyone. Like from whole IIT and
Oh,
from the
thank you.
children. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. नहीं और